Oh, I've got your mojo now, Sonny Jim.
What's wrong? Crikey! I've lost my mojo!
All right, I don't know if you've ever seen that movie for yourself, Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me, but throughout the movie he was looking for his mojo, which somebody apparently stole, and he wasn't able to do his international man of mystery stunts and crime fighting antics and whatever. And of course, the mojo itself was his confidence. And I bring that up, and I'm doing this video specifically and especially for people who are in the network marketing and home-based business space, and even more especially for people who feel like they've had perhaps more success in the past than you're experiencing now. In other words, you feel like maybe you've lost your mojo in some ways. And look, I'm not that unique. You're not that unique. We all go through this stuff. And I know for some people, that may be a real shock. You know, like you think, well, you know, John Lavenia, you know, he's made a lot of money in home-based business, top 1% of earners, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, we all put on our pants the same way. We've all had our challenges. And I could tell you that just in the last few years, in fact, the last 10 years of my experience of being a full-time home-based business professional, I've had my ass handed to me several times. And I'm not going to go into the deep, dark underbelly of all the stuff that goes on, but just know that every success story that you may see and witness as perhaps a newcomer, somebody who's just now considering, maybe this is you, you're just now considering, what can I do for myself as an entrepreneur and not just keep working a job or whatever, and you see these tremendous success stories, there's a backstory that leads up to that. I remember when I was growing up in New Jersey, and this guy Bon Jovi hit the scene with all this you know, superstar music, and people were calling it an overnight success. Well, an overnight success that took years to put together. So my point is, don't compare your insides to other people's outsides. Okay, we all go through stuff, and just in the last few years, I've had business partners that have totally turned their back and locked me out of my own website, and companies that have gone down, and not companies necessarily that I started, but things that you know, I was building just self-destructed. I helped a friend start another business that just ran right into a wall, and just one thing after another, which a person going through those kinds of losses and loss of momentum and that sort of thing could start to say, well, you know, what is it, like everything I touch turns to shit, like to start to question one's own confidence, right? Lose one's own mojo. And well, I'm here to tell you, I got my mojo back. Okay, I've lost my mojo several times throughout the years. Okay, and like I said in a previous video, it's not like I make every single decision correct. Okay, but I've got my mojo back, and you absolutely can too. You can, and I want to just relate to you a couple of things that have come up for me lately that helped me get my mojo back in one of the most vital areas, which is marketing. Okay, one of the most vital areas to making money. Obviously, marketing, it's a big deal. And throughout taking some hits, right, throughout taking my licks, I've seen times where I've started to divert my attention to other things, looking for I don't know if you can relate to this, but trying to solve secondary problems that weren't the main problem, things other than marketing. Now, I've heard in the network marketing realm, I've heard that the solution to every problem is to just go wide, to enroll new people, make more sales, solve every problem. That's wonderful. However, what happens, here's the question, what happens when the marketplace changes? Now, I want you to think about this. I've had some great success in home-based business. I've had months where I've made over $100,000 in a month. That puts me in the top, like 1/10 of 1% of income earners who have ever attempted home-based business. Okay, yes, that's wonderful. And how did I do that? I did that by working my ass off, okay, pounding the phones. I'm a bit old school, right? Doing the kind of ads that we would place, newspaper ads. I would put flyers on cars and you know, magazine ads and this sort of thing. And throughout that time, just doing more of it and more consistently than anybody else caused me to be the top producer in my chosen company. Okay, that's fine, but what happens when the marketplace changes? Okay, I could be a very consistent person, and personally, I don't know too many people on the planet who are more persistent than me. And I don't say that to set myself up as the ideal or something. I'm just saying that I don't have an off button. Okay, I just keep going and going and going like the rhino or the ox that just keeps going. And if you're watching this and you're also a strong, motivated individual and you're a person that just keeps going, something that you may want to ask yourself, something that I've had to ask myself a few times is, what if we're just swinging that hammer on the wrong rock? You know, just like swing harder, do more, right? Pound the phones more. Spend your whole life, you know, doing more of what doesn't work in some cases. Okay, because the marketplace has changed, let's face it. In the past 10 years that I've been working as a home-based business professional, enrolling people in opportunities where they can improve their circumstances, their lifestyle, right? Their income, of course. Okay, that's my purpose to do that. That's what I've identified in my life. That's why I'm here doing this thing that I'm doing, is to help people expand prosperity for as many people as I can touch in my time on this planet. Okay, so that being said, what happens when the marketplace changes? We have to find new methods. Okay, now I can do certain things consistently that haven't changed. Okay, I'll give you a couple of examples. And these are principle-based things. Okay, they're very simple. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure this stuff out. But simple things, like back in the 1980s, in 1986, in fact, when I was getting off of drugs and alcohol, I was taught, because I saw, you know, people who were having more success in this area than me, I was taught to make a decision every day to just not put a chemical in my body, to not put mind-altering chemicals, drugs, alcohol, etc., to not put that stuff in my body. And if I make that decision every day, then tomorrow I'll get to wake up clean and sober. And I've made that decision every day for, 25, 26 years now. It's 2012. Okay, that still works. It still works. And it's a very principle-based thing, and anybody can figure that out. You don't put drugs in your body. And of course, there's a few other things you do to, you know, improve your life abilities and you know, all that, not just walk around being a depressed, miserable person. Okay. But that one act, that one decision that I can make daily and has produced that result. And that's not changed. Okay. When I was a kid, I was a scrawny, skinny kid. I wanted to get big and strong. So what did I do? I sought out people who were big and strong, and they taught me how to lift weights, how to pump iron, eat lots of protein and vegetables, lay off the sugar, the carbohydrates. And guess what I'm still doing? It still works. Okay. So when it comes to making money, enrolling people in, let's say, an income opportunity or something where they could just sell more of what they're already selling, okay, just to improve their ability to market, to actually do the act of reaching into the marketplace and putting people's attention on that which they offer. Okay, that's what marketing is about. That whole thing has changed because we're in the age of information, or the age of misinformation, as might be more accurate, and people have become inundated with so many sales messages, and they've got the blinders up, and people have a hard time believing anything that isn't bad news. Okay, you think about that. The direction that society has gone and is currently going is not very success oriented. It's kind of dependent, and it's leading towards things that are not entrepreneurial and that are more towards well, I don't want to go on a political rant, but you get my point. There's a good amount of suppression against your success when it comes to you just doing something benevolent to people, showing them a better way, let's say in a home-based business. And look, I don't care what business, if you're already in a business, you're in an opportunity, network marketing, MLM, direct sales, whatever you're doing, I don't care. And further, I don't care if you're black, white, long-haired, short hair, Martian, Earthlink, it doesn't matter. Okay, whatever you're looking to succeed at, this is applicable. Okay, so unlike staying clean and sober, unlike getting big and strong with nutrition and exercise, these are simple things to figure out. The marketplace has changed. What people are willing to accept into their minds, what people accept as real and possible for them, has changed. That whole marketing thing has altered. And it's gone to the internet, obviously. Now, I remember when I was getting started as a full-time home business professional, I was told to stay away from the internet because it's complicated and it's hard for people to duplicate. There's lots of moving parts. Again, here comes the overwhelm. Okay, but now, I mean, I don't think it's a fad, right? The internet's not going away, and it's pretty much unavoidable. Is there a way for people to access that? Is there a workable way for people, for you and me? And I'm not an internet techie guy. I'm not that interested in mastering Google's advanced algorithms of, PPC, pay-per-click, right, and all this kind of stuff. I'm a philosopher, man. I write books and, I public speaking stuff, and that's what I like to do, personal growth, okay? In fact, it was that getting clean and sober that actually put me on the on-ramp of personal growth. And again, because I embraced that, that's what I've assigned as my purpose, is to participate in that, to offer some good content, to offer solutions to other people so they too can find whatever they're looking for. And I found that the one area that a lot of people are stuck with is the money thing. So that's where I've put my attention. So how do I do more of that? How do I market that? How do I get that sold? I'm not talking about just selling a book on Amazon. Okay, I'm talking about how do you get your message out there into the marketplace. And because, here's the thing, okay, I'm going to reveal a damaging admission here. Because I'm a smart guy, okay, because I've been around and because I've had so much success, there's this thing called, well, it's one word, okay, it's an ugly word. Some people think it's a nice word. It's a rather ugly word. Pride, okay, pride. Here I am, where people are looking to me, in some cases, as certainly a leader, because, I lead the charge in certain ways and I teach these principles and all this sort of thing, but looking to me for answers about stuff where it's kind of like the book, Who Moved My Cheese, right? Have you ever read that book? I'm sure I got a copy of it somewhere. Here it is. I read this a couple of years ago. Have you ever read this book, Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson? Okay, and it's kind of light-duty philosophy. Basically, you get the idea just from the title. You're like a mouse or a rat or something, and you're enjoying your cheese, and somebody moved your cheese, somehow it moved, and now you gotta basically get off your ass and go find the cheese again, and not just get stuck in that same road pattern. Okay, in other words, embrace change. Okay, is the main idea here. And because I had already had so much success, and in some cases was put on a pedestal, even though I've said repeatedly, hey, I'm just another bozo on the bus. I'm just following instructions. I'm doing more of what works and hopefully less of what doesn't. But pride got in my way, and it got to the point where in some areas of my life and my experience, and marketing is one of those areas where I was swinging that hammer against the wrong rock. I was doing more of what doesn't work. That could be terribly frustrating, and one could start doubting themselves. And this may sound far out coming from a guy who's written a book about personal integrity and eliminating doubt and all that, but again, we all put on our pants the same way. I'm not that unique. Okay, and once again, every great success story, whether it's yours, mine, or whoever's, there's a bit of behind the scenes stuff. People worship celebrities and all this. They go to the bathroom just like you and me, okay? So here's the point. As I had to screw pride. Screw pride, okay? I'm going to learn some stuff from people, even if they're 10, 20 years younger than me, people who are in the trenches and they're in the cutting edge of, what's working now? Here's the question. What's working now, John? What's working now? And so being able to honestly assess, yeah, I've got these strengths and I'm not going to lose them. I know how to do these principle-based things. I know how to be a leader. I know how to be a clean and sober person, a strong, healthy individual. I know that stuff. Let's talk about marketing now. As much success as I've had, that marketplace is changing. It's not like, just hitting that rock over and over again and nothing changes. So wouldn't that be wonderful if you just mastered it and you're done, right? And that's it. Well, actually, it might not be that wonderful because life would be pretty boring without new problems to solve, right? So that being said, I discovered I got it. I mean, I'll just say this. I got it. I found an answer to what's working now. And I can tell you it's very, very liberating. It's in a package that I didn't expect. It's in a venue and in a display that is a little strange to me, a little weird, okay, because of me being old school and all that sort of thing. But where the mind isn't open, what is that saying? The mind is like a parachute. It only works when it's open, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. You get my point. The point is, regardless of where you're at right now, regardless of where I'm at or where I've been, we got to embrace change to get our mojo back. We got to learn new stuff. Okay, we got to progress with technology and with the times and with society, right? You want to make a lot of money in business, you serve a lot of people, okay? And you take responsibility for serving a lot of people. I mean, that's how it's done. And I've heard in many wealth creation seminars that you can be as wealthy as you're willing to take responsibility for. So my point is, with all this, you can get your mojo back, okay? And I can't assume where you're at right now because there's many different kinds of people that could be watching this. But I'm going on a journey, okay? And it's starting right now. In fact, it started last week when I discovered what you're about to discover when you click the link below this video. And just in the first week, I've already seen tremendous results. And I know some people, I don't want to get into all the details on that because some people will say, well, yeah, John, of course, because you've already been successful, you're seeing great results. But I'm telling you, and I'm here to tell you, that anybody could see great results with what you're about to take a look at here. And so before I go on and on, I know I just run on, but this was totally off the cuff and from the heart, really. And I just want to offer you an opportunity to experience that flow. I mean, think about that. Aren't you done experiencing the slowness or not getting the results you want, not having the income and the lifestyle that you want and whatever you do? If that's the case and you're looking for a leg up, a big advantage, okay, that will help you sell more of whatever you're selling, or finding an opportunity, perhaps for the first time, that will get you out of that, situation, that life of, just concession and compromise, okay, or the job or whatever it is you're looking to do. We've got it, okay? And I want you to take a look at this for yourself. So before I keep talking, which I know I can do very easily, click on the link below this video. Check this out for yourself. And if you got any questions, of course, you know how to reach me. In the meantime, make it a great day. You certainly deserve it. And look, I completely honor, respect, and salute yourself and anyone like you who's still got that entrepreneurial spirit, okay? And despite all the stuff that's going on out there, okay? You've got that drive, that motivation. You deserve to succeed. Bottom line, you deserve to succeed. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'll see you on the inside. Thanks for watching. See you soon.
We could make trillions.
Why make trillions when we could make billions?